Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, race sim and RC fans. Racing 393. Well, this one's been a long time coming, so I've done a few videos on this particular build stroke modification. This is, for those that don't know, the M05 chassis by Tamiya. It's a front wheel drive, very popular chassis. Now I've got other videos, I've got a lot of upgrades that I put on the car, mainly racing. There's a few other sort of aftermarket bits that I've put on as well. And I did a running video, and quite successful the video it was, to do, and also feedback and people that watched the video seemed to be quite impressed with it. It is a very popular video on my channel. If I think of it, I will put a link in the description. Now, over time, I've done a few videos on this. There was a few issues with it, mainly I upgraded everything at the front of the car, the gears, the drivetrain, etc, etc. And in the meantime, trying to put a hot motor in there and a larger pinion, I'm restricted by the size of the motor mount hole on which the pinion goes in. So for the purpose of the video, I kind of had to dismantle the gearbox, fit the motor and the pinion, and put it all back together. It's a real faff to change anything gearing wise on the motor. You should just undo the two motor screws and out it comes, but that doesn't happen. So I've been putting it off for a long time. I have bought some extra stuff that go in the gearbox for this car, which I'm going to do in this video. Firstly, I'll just show you what I've got. So I've actually purchased a fast gear set, which I've done a video on this already, but this is actually going to be installation now. So a fast gear set for the M05. This is a lot smaller than what's currently in there. So what that means is I can run a smaller pinion to get the same result, which will fit the motor mount. I'll probably go as, I don't know if I go as large as I can, but I'll see. I'll probably go like a halfway between stock and modified on the pinion. I've got some M chassis lightweight hollow shafts. So again, I've shown all this on another video, but yeah, a lot of kits do have these now, but we'll be putting those in. I have got a geared differential here, but I won't be putting that in. There's a ball diff in this car, so that will stay in for now. My latest purchase is some uprated drive shafts for the Tamiya M05, much better quality. So they should fit. I can't see a reason why they won't, but these will be going in as well. Well, we've also got, I've got a lot of these. I bought them for every kit, but some high-speed bull races. I can't remember what's in there. I don't know if I put the high-speed ones in, but I've got another box of these in a bag, just off camera, which you can't see, and another box of bits, all for the M05 hop-up part of this chassis. So anyway, the biggest problem with this is I've got to dismantle the front, but the saving grace is this will be the final time, unless I get any problems of course, but the final time as far as hop-up is concerned. I think we got, I'll have to look at the video, 30, it wasn't a lot, 34 miles an hour, which is very slow by any stretch. However, in something that's just like this, short wheelbase, dinky, this chassis is probably not designed to go that quick. I mean, but I'm going to try and get it to go quicker than that. Now, I don't know if you can see on the back there, on my last run I did break the rim, which I still haven't replaced. I think what I might do, I don't know, I might purchase some foam tyres all round for this. I mean, I can buy these wheels still, they're not mega expensive, and replace the wheels, but I'll have another 3 spare, which is, I probably will do that. But I think for the running video, when we get this all done, I'm going to try and source some foam tyres to get so the car's a little bit more stable. This also runs on a LiPo battery as well, so yeah, so lots to do. This is a bit of a not looking forward to job, because the whole front's got to be dismantled. Now, last time I did that, I was trying to sort of compromise so I didn't have to do as much work, but as this is the final time, taking it more apart, so it's easier to work on. I did put a lot of oil and grease inside, so yeah, I don't think I'm going to need a lot of grease in there. I'll put probably a bit too much. I've got some thicker diff oil grease, and it might be a little bit messy when I take it apart, but hopefully this will be the final sort of hop-up video for the M05 chassis, unless they bring out something that I haven't got. I mean, there are a few bits and pieces, but I've got most of them now. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to take this apart. I'll put the camera back on once I've got something to show you. So the gearbox is apart. It's a bit fiddly, but it's not super complicated. It's a bit messy in there because of the amount of oil that I've put in there. I will wipe that down and you'll probably find whatever's in there will be enough. So the gears that are in there at the moment, which are these ones, these are, I believe, what did I put in? Reinforced gears. So these are slightly stronger gearbox gears, and you can see there that's the ball diff, and there's the aluminium motor plate, and this, I was going to get this hole machined out. That was the plan, but since then, if I show you these, if you look at that spur gear, so I'm looking at this now, so you've got two gears, 1, 2, and that one goes to the back of that one. I've got actually, in this packet, I've got 3. So the smaller, so this one here will give you the more speed than this one. I think they're different. I'm just gonna have a quick look at those. Yeah, definitely different. So let me just grab these out of the packet, and you'll be able to see a little bit better. So the first one's this one. I think, looking at that, it looks fairly similar to what's already in the car. I won't know until I take it all out. And then you've got two, I wouldn't say spur gears. Well, they could, yeah, they are. They could be spur gears. I've got two. I've got that one, and I've got that one, and they are different sizes, and they're certainly different to what's on the car. That's smaller. This one could be similar size. Maybe that one looks similar, that one. So I think I'll put that one on. So that will replace this one here, that one. And I will put this one, replaces that one there. Now, also, I've got high-speed bearings, which I don't think are in the car. I think they're standard ball race. So I'm going to put some high-speed bearings on the gears, and also some aluminium hollow drive shafts, gear shafts. They say lightweight hollow shaft. So anyway, they go in here, because see, these are solid. So they're definitely they're gonna be lighter, aren't they? So now this bit's gonna be a bit messy. I'm not gonna be able to film it and get grease over the camera. It's already running off the car and down the side of this box here. So yeah, so let me just tidy up, strip this down, wipe it down, and I'll show you what I've got when it's down the deck. You might be able to see it a little bit better. So let me just do that and I'll be back. Okay, so this is the one that came out of the car. This one is a lot bigger. You can see that it's a much bigger, what would be a spur gear, if you like. I think the pinion would go onto that. So it's bigger than these ones. So I will use the smaller one of the gears. So I'm going to use that one. That's going to give you sort of, what is it though? My theory is the smaller the spur gear and the larger the pinion, the higher the top speed. I mean, I don't particularly want to take it apart again, but I've got a choice, so I'm going to choose that one for now. This is the other gear that comes out. That one there, and this is one in the kit. Now I've put them side by side. The white one is very slightly larger, so because it's part of the high-speed gear set, if you like, I'm going to put that one in. So I'm going to replace the one that's came out of the. That ain't the kit one. I think that's a what is that called? I'm trying to think of the word, but it's a stronger one, stronger resin gear than what was in the kit. I think it wasn't high speed. It's just a stronger, more durable gear set. So that's the one that came with the high speed kit. So I'm going to put that one in with that one to replace that one. And then I'm going to put there should be high speed hollow shafts. I'd buy anything if it's got hop up written on it, I tell you. Anyway, so I'm going to put this in, change the shafts, put the bearings in, and I'll show you once it's back. Let me just move the camera. Once I've got it back into the gears here, I will show you what I've done. You can see it's leaking oil everywhere. It's a real messy job because of what I did. Like I say, I don't intend to take this apart unless it breaks. So right, onwards and upwards, and this is the messy bit. So I'll be back in a minute. All back together, a bit of a messy job because the oil, the sort of the silicone stuff I put in keeps leaking out, goes on everything. You have to keep wiping your hands. But it's back in, back together. Yeah, and I've got both, as you can probably see there. You might not be able to, but I'm going to point anyway. I've got 2 motor screws in now, but I always only used to have one because I was trying to run a pinion that's too large. And I've now got a 22 tooth pinion. I don't know if I can go any higher, but it is easy to change now. So I can just undo the bolts, take the motor out, put another motor in and different pinions. So it's much, much easier now. So I can't see unless something breaks inside, like the pinion grub screw comes out or something. But it's done in. I must admit, I didn't put it in with Loctite. So, but provided it doesn't go wrong, I can just take the motor out and put another pinion on or another motor in there, or buy another motor, another brush motor, for example. So yeah, all good. I'm pleased with that. It's a lot smoother as well here now, so I can turn the motor over a bit easier than what I could before. I suppose because it was not quite meshed properly, I don't know. But anyway, now we're going to see whether these fit. So that's the last part of my upgrades. We've got high-speed bearings in there, the high-speed gearing, the lightened shafts for the gears. And now I'm going to put these, I'm going to change these Yeah Racing drive shafts and put the new ones in. I'm hoping they'll fit. There's always a bit of a worry with drive shafts, but I'm going to undo these, put them in, I'm going to pin it back up, and then I'll come and show you when I've done. And there we have it. It's complete. So it's had high-speed ball bearings put in the gearbox. It's got the hollow gear shafts installed, and the high-speed, I think they're resin, aren't they? High-speed gearing. And I've also changed the UJs and put some upgraded Yeah Racing. They're spring steel, so drive shafts spring steel, and they fitted perfectly. So that's all done. So if I just show you what I've changed, you can see here, those are the bits I've taken out. So we've got the standard Yeah Racing shafts. I mean, they're all right anyway, aren't they? The reinforced gear set. So that's not the standard M05 gear set. That there's the reinforced, but they're the same gearing. And the one I put in, these are all slightly different. And the gear shafts, these are solid stainless steel, if you like. These are really heavy compared to what you put in there. So probably the biggest difference is going to be them shafts, because there's less mass. These are the standard ball race bearings. I think, did I buy them separately? I can't remember now. I think I might have done. So they're all right. So we just got some high speed ones put in there. I don't know if it'll be any difference or not. And here is a spare gear, if you like. This is slightly bigger than what I've put in the car, so I'll keep that as a spare one. But moving on to the car, it's all done. So the motor's in, fits nicely. The only downside is when I put it in, I've got the wires at the bottom. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that, can you? With the motor, just the way I've installed it, the orientation. Oh, it'll do. It's not going to make any difference, is it? Although there is chassis. I'll sort of move that without looking. The thing is, if filming, you forget you're meant to be putting it in front of the camera, don't you? Yeah, it's a bit low. But on the plus side, it moves super smooth now, which it never did before. It was always a little bit binding. Look at that. I mean, look at that. Well, that's all you can do. I mean, I can feel it. That is great. Before it was a little bit... And at least it's nice to have the motor in there firmly mounted now, which it wasn't before. So, what's next, I hear you ask? Okay, so I've had a thought. I'm going to buy some more rims. In fact, I'm going to do that this afternoon. I don't know, some of these maybe. I'll see what they've got. Maybe tyres as well. Ideally, I'm going to do a like for like. So when this goes back out, it's got the same motor in. It'll have a 2S lipo, different gearing, but the same wheels and tyres. Hopefully, if not these ones, another set. Once I've got that done, I'll then, in between that, I'll have probably purchased some foam tyres for this. And then we'll go from there. Now, the main difference, M05 chassis, these wheels are not M05 size. You know, the M05 wheels and tyres are a lot smaller. So that you're going to get a little bit more top end with bigger wheels. So I'll probably stick with because they're easy to get hold of, aren't they, these? And then we'll try it again with some foam tyres. I don't see any need to change the gearing. The only thing I can do now quite easily is put different motors in, which would be quite nice. Even if I wanted to, a brushless setup if I felt the need. And I might go down that route and buy a bundle which includes an electronic speed controller. But that's it. That's finally. This is one of my favourite cars. It is very well built. It handles really well as well. So I didn't do a particularly great paint job of the shell, but it'll do for now. Maybe I'll get another mini body shell at a later date if I want to, because the ones you get off L&L models, they are a generic shape. They're not quite as detailed as what Tamiya would be. But anyway, that's by the by. That's not going to make it go any quicker. It might look better. So, what do you think? What do you think of this kit? This one, I've spent a lot of money on this actually over the years. I'm about to spend some more. So, let me know what you think. It will be out soon when the weather changes. I've got a lot of cars now which I can run, so I'm hoping maybe I'll do a video of what I'm going to run. I don't know yet. But anyway, onwards and upwards to the next task. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy following me on this particular build, the M05 high performance. I won't say high speed runs because it isn't that quick. Well, it wasn't. 34 miles an hour I think it was. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe and hit your notifications because you get notified of when I put some new videos up, like this one for example. But thanks very much, it is appreciated, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.